This is the science-backed ultimate ab routine. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Nicole and this channel is all about health, wellness, and designing your dream life. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the ultimate exercises that you can be adding into your core workout routine. These are the exercises that, based on EMG studies, have the highest activation of each muscle group. So basically, they are the most effective and efficient ab exercises for you to be doing. Now, when I talk about abs, I actually mean core. When most people talk about abs, they mean the six-pack situation going on in the front. That's only one muscle of multiple muscles that can comprise of the core. Now, as a physiotherapist, I am a strong advocate for a strong core because it is basically the foundation of everything that we do. Every movement needs to come from a strong core. And you can have six-pack abs, but also have a weak core. So we want to have, yes, we can have the six-pack abs, we can have the aesthetic thing going on, but we also want to make sure that the rest of our core is strong. So what actually is the core? What does that even mean? So I want you to think about a box. So the box has a front and a back, a top and a bottom, and sides. So our core is the same way in our trunk. So we've got the front and the back. So the front is what we typically think of as our core abdominal muscles. So those are the muscles in the front, the six-pack abs. But we've also got the back. So those are our back muscles, the muscles that cause our spine to extend. We've got the sides. So those are our obliques. Those are the muscles that let us bend and twist. We've got the top of our box, which is our diaphragm. That's the big muscle that helps us to breathe. And then we've got the bottom, which is our pelvic floor. So all of these different things make up our core. So if you're only strengthening the front muscles, the six-pack abs, then you're missing all of the other sides of your box. So all of the exercises that I'm going to talk about today are going to help to strengthen the whole core. Okay, so why is it important to have a strong core in the first place? Why can't you just have six-pack abs? Why is it more important than just aesthetics? Well, the main thing is that it is protective. So it helps us to not have injuries. So if you've got a strong core, then you are less likely to injure things like your back, and you will have better posture. Another thing is that all movement starts with a strong core. So in order for you to generate power and use your arms and use your legs, you need to have a stable foundation, and that foundation is going to be your core muscles. So without a strong core, we can't really resist against gravity, and we just end up looking like one of those inflatable tube things, and things just start flopping around. A strong core also means that we'll have better posture. So instead of being in that position with the really arched back that you see some Instagram influencers do, you'll have better posture, which will also protect you from having back pain and neck pain. So again, it's all sort of connected. It also means that you'll have better balance and stability. So again, like I said, it's the foundation of everything. If you don't have a strong core, then you're going to have a hard time with your balance, and you'll be more likely to fall and injure yourself. So especially if you are on the older side, you definitely want to be making sure that you're working on your core. And then lastly, power starts with a strong core. So in order for you to generate power in any sort of like upper limb task or lower limb task, like kicking a ball or hitting a baseball, throwing a punch, you need to have a strong core first. You're not going to be able to generate the power necessary behind your arms or your legs if you don't have a strong core. So basically, it's really important, and we need to be focusing on all of those different muscles, not just the ones in the front of our box. Okay, so now here's the good part. So I read through a bunch of different articles that had EMG studies around muscle activation. So when you're doing these different exercises, which muscles are most activated and which exercises activate muscles the most. And I'll have some resources linked down below if you want to check those out. So the first one was the best exercise to target your lower abs. So the lower six-pack, the lower half of the six-pack. So the best one for this is hanging leg raises. So that's where you're hanging on a bar and you're bringing your legs up as high as you can get them. Now, one of the issues with this is that you need to have strength in other areas as well. You need to be able to grip the bar. You need to have good quad strength to be able to lift your legs up. You need to have the mobility through your hips and your hamstrings to be able to lift your legs to that height that you need. So while the hanging leg raise is the best one to target those muscle groups, I also think that you can start with hanging knee raises or reverse crunches, I think would target just as well, especially if you're a beginner. So the next one was to target the upper abs, so the top half of the six-pack. So this is just going to be your straightforward crunch. So not a sit-up, just a crunch. So when we're thinking about doing a crunch, you want to think about bringing your head up towards the ceiling and not towards your knees. Most people try and round their back when they're doing this one, but you actually want to lift up towards the ceiling. The next exercise is the ab rollout. So that's where you use one of those little wheels that you put your hands on and you roll it out while you're in a kneeling position. So this is going to be one of the better ones for activating your abs in the front, but also your lats, which is part of your back. And it also has a lower amount of stress on your back. So if you have back pain, then this is a good one to give a try. And if you don't have a ab wheel, then you can always start with just using some sliders. If you've got tile floors, you can use some socks on your hands and just slide your hands in and out and give it a start that way. The next one was the wheel pike. And this one had highest activation in the obliques, so the muscles on the sides. So this is where you start in sort of a plank position and you're going to be tucking your toes up underneath you. So you're basically sliding your legs up towards your hands. Now, if you don't have a wheel at home, again, you can use sliders or put some socks on your feet and just holding the plank position, just sliding your feet towards your hands. The next exercise is the side bend. So again, this is going to be good for your obliques. So all you have to do is just stand up tall, have a weight on one side, and you're going to be bending down slowly towards that side and then back up again. The next exercise is a kneeling cable crunch. So again, this had really high activation of the abdominal muscles in the front. I've never personally done this one because I don't think it's very functional in real life. But if you are going for building those core muscles, if you're going for building visible abs, then this will be a good one to try. So with this one, you're just kneeling on the ground, you've got your rope overhead, and you're going to curl your body into a ball basically and bringing the rope down towards your knees. So you're not moving your arms are stable, you're not swinging through your back. Everything is locked in and you're only moving through your core. The next one is reverse hyperextension. So this is again going to be a really good back exercise. I tend to use this more on a glute focused day because you're going to be using your glutes as well as your hamstrings to try and lift your legs up. So basically you're just on your belly on an elevated surface and you're extending your legs up backwards. Okay, so all of those exercises have targeted the front, the sides, and our back of our box. The next we need to talk about is the top and the bottom. So with the top being your diaphragm, focusing on breathing exercises is really going to help with that. So you can either just do deep breathing exercises, you can do weighted exercises where you put a book or something heavy on your belly while you're laying on your back and just practicing pushing your belly out while you're breathing in. And then for the bottom of our box, we're strengthening our pelvic floor, so doing exercises like Kegels. Now that's beyond my scope. I don't really know much about Kegels, but I'm sure there's other videos on YouTube you can be watching on how to do that, but it's important to just know that that is part of the top and the bottom of our box and forms the entire portion of our core. Okay, that's it for today's video. Comment down below what exercise are you going to try or what exercise were you surprised to see on this list. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. I'm uploading 3 new videos every single week. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!